Imagine having to wear the same thing for 180 days in the school year and sitting in the classroom and realizing that everybody is wearing the exact same thing and realizing that nobody has uniqueness or freedom of expression. Mostly everyone in this classroom has had or will have children in the future. Those children will become an important part of your life, and as they grow up, they will go to school. They will meet new friends, have new teachers, and learn new subjects. But what if they had to wear school uniforms? According to Catherine Powers, who is an article writer, in her article published on September 30th, 2017, she stated that school uniforms have become more mandatory in public schools, and it's rising and it's a growing conversation across the nation. School uniforms are also violating students' right of freedom of expression, and students don't get more choices than they should be getting. First, I will be talking about the problem, which is schools enforcing school uniforms, and secondly, I will be talking about a possible solution that could help that problem. So first, let's talk about the problem, which is enforcing school uniforms. According to Denise Marie Ordway, who is an article writer and journalist, she posted on April 2018 that decades ago, school uniforms were only mainly required in public or parochial schools, and now they are rising in public schools. According to Marian Wild, who is an article writer, on the website article she posted on June 11, 2018, students are actually becoming more of a target to bullies for other schools that don't require school uniforms. And it's also an unfair additional expense for parents with low incomes. According to Tony Volk, who is an associate's professor at Brock University, in his article recently updated October 9, 2018, he mentioned how this problem exists because schools believe that school uniforms decrease violence rates, and they increase test scores. According to Rebecca Clean, who is an education reporter, in her article written August 30th, 2013, an average cost that a parent could spend for school uniforms is $634.78 on school uniforms yearly, and according to Denise Marie Ordway, who was previously cited, one in 5 public schools require school uniforms. School uniforms are not the biggest problem in the United States or across the nation, obviously, but they are surveyed a lot during the year just to see what students think about it, because not a lot of people think about how students are affected from school uniforms. According to Tony Volk, who was previously mentioned, there was a survey at a unified school district in Long Beach, California, and it was surveyed for middle school students. 84% of the students said that school uniforms did not decrease violence rates. 76% of the students said that they did not feel like they fit in more. 69% of the students said that they did not feel more connected with the school community, and 71% of the students said that they did not feel any more safer going to and going from school. Tony Volk also stated that it is a delay into adulthood because adults have a choice of clothing options, and if you give children and teenagers no choices in that, then they could be delayed into adulthood. Now I will be talking about a solution for school uniforms. According to Catherine Powers, who I previously mentioned, a solution could be letting students just have their freedom of expression, but of course with a dress code. Across the nation last year, there was a survey for the schools who require school uniforms, and 80% of the students said that they did not like school uniforms. She also stated that a change would be good because it would give independence for students. According to Denise Marie Ordway, who I've previously mentioned, finding school uniforms is actually pretty difficult for parents, especially paying for them. There's not really much stores around the area where you could go and get them. According to Tony Volk, who I've previously mentioned, small changes would actually make better results, and it would be better for the community, so there wouldn't be a problem in that. So now that I have talked about the problem of school uniforms and a possible solution for that, I believe that school uniforms should not be enforced. Imagining sitting in a classroom and realizing that nobody has their own freedom of expression or wearing the same thing 180 days in a school year would not be good. There's debates all over the nation about school uniforms and whether they should be enforced or not enforced. I hope with this you are convinced that school uniforms are bad and that they should not force students to wear them.